Essentially, screens are windows. They show us things that are on the other side of the window, things that are important to pay attention to, or not important to pay attention to. The windows that show us things can be broken down into 4 different categories by my estimation. They're content, videos, movies, and film. And I want to talk about all of these, their relationship to each other, and which one you should be consuming. I'm going to try to draw parallels to what each is so you can get a better understanding of how my brain works when it comes to making things like this. So first off, let's start with content. Probably the basest of them all. Content is the slop that everyone wants to serve you. It's the thrown into the pig pen for you to enjoy and gobble up. It's the thing that takes your attention but doesn't demand that you give it any. It just is really good at flashy, quick cuts and...
Oh, yeah.
The thing that is made an intention to grab your attention, keep your attention, and not let you look away. It doesn't want you to ruminate. It doesn't want you to think. It just wants your attention. And content is supposed to be made en masse, on scale. There's supposed to be a lot of it. The more content it can flood you with, the more it can say, hey, there's more out there. Keep going. Swipe up, swipe up, swipe up, swipe up, swipe up. More. This whole idea is just to try to make as much money off of you as possible. Nickel and dime you. Content, in my opinion, is a scourge on the earth. Shouldn't exist. Fucking hate it. The next step up is videos. And I miss videos. I think now we don't really have as many videos as we used to. We essentially have more content, more ideas, more talking, more blogging. Essentially what this is right now is content. But videos kind of had a way of showing us into someone else's life or showing us another thing that we'd never really seen before that was a little bit more elevated than content. The intention and idea wasn't about you behind videos. It was about the creation of the video itself. Charlie Bit My Finger, Day at the Zoo. These weren't made with you in mind, with advertisers in mind. Content is made with you in mind, advertisers in mind. How often can I get you to click, to watch, to engage, to do a thing that I want you to do? Whereas videos are just, look at this thing. I think it's really cool. And videos are impressive in the fact that they've been around for quite some time. They existed almost at the same time movies and film came about, which I'll get to in a second. This idea of videos is they're the natural bridge between content and movies. If you are progressing up the chain, you can start making content and slop and realize how ineffective it is, how long-term it is not, how it does not offer anything. But videos, they can be long-term. They can last for a while. They can be super effective for whatever you're attempting to do or trying to do. Now, the next step up from there is movies. I love movies. Movies are things that you're intended to go to and turn your brain off, sit back and enjoy. Movies are the content of the film world. Not always. I really want you to understand that there's this thing called nuance, which I think is lost with media literacy, in which multiple things can be true at the same time. Except my opinion about content is the only thing that is true, and there is no other truth to content. Content is a waste, a complete and total waste. Content is so fucking short-sighted in its idea of what it wants you to be, and they burn out so quickly. There is no piece of content that I ever think about after I'm done. I just swipe to the next piece of content. Videos, they can grab me for a while. Charlie Bit My Finger, A Day at the Zoo, Old Greg. You can think of videos from the beginning of YouTube. That wasn't content. Content is made to monetize. Videos are made to entertain. Movies are similar to content in the fact that they're made to entertain, to sell a product, to sell toys, it's in your face, turn your brain off, mindless entertainment. Movies are most of the Marvel films. Most superhero films are movies, honestly. And there's nothing wrong with that. The only thing that's wrong is content. I just want to be clear. Movies are intended to be enjoyable, en masse. It's a cultural thing we all talk about. Movies are meant for us to entertain community with one another. Movies are fantastic. And I love sitting back and watching a good movie. I mean, you can talk about things like Man on Fire and get into the nitty-gritty of The National Treasure. Those are movies, man. They're made for you to eat popcorn, have a good time, kick back, laugh, and enjoy yourself. And I love their place in culture. And then you got film. Film's the tough one. Film's the one that slaps you in the face and demands that you do something about what you've been working through. It kicks you in the nuts and tells you you're not good enough. It pats you on the back and says you've always been loved.
Hear that lonesome engine sigh as the desert train rolls by. Try to make Lone Pine by morning. Miles of highway in the sand, kicking dust in cowboy land, riding all the daylight through. Dunes under Mojave sun, tumbling sagebrush, run, coyote, run.
A film is that friend who reminds you about a truth that goes on in life that you forgot, a piece of yourself that's been missing. Film begs you to engage. Film demands you give it attention. Film says, slow down, ask me questions, pull me apart, figure out what I am and what I am not. Film is the thing that we are all missing. Film is the literature of the screen. Film is sitting in a window seeing nothing, but everything is revealed to you. Film is beautiful. Do you see what I mean? There's 4 different types of things that you can see when you look through your window. And they each also have equivalencies to life. Do you want only fast food, the nasty content slop? You want videos, which is more like a McDonald's. Content is slop for pigs. Videos are like a McDonald's or a Checkers or something of the like. Movies are your Applebee's, your TGI Fridays, your Mexican restaurant down the street. And films are a fine dining experience. Curated courses, thought-provoking menus. That's the difference between these. And if they were puzzles, I would say content are 4-piece puzzles, videos are 500-piece puzzles, movies are 1,000-piece puzzles, and film are like a solid 2,000 to 10,000-piece puzzle. Anywhere in that range. This idea that you need to start putting yourself in the seat of what you consume and stop mindlessly letting other people tell you what to consume. Because if other people tell you what to consume, it's going to only be content. Content is what makes the most money for the person on the other side. But if you are the one defining what you consume, then it should absolutely be film. Film is what makes the most advantage for you, the watcher. Remember, you're the one consuming it. What are you consuming? Have you ever thought about that? This rant is just one of many that I intend to put out soon, but mine is basically because the career that I have is in making videos, films, movies, and sadly, content. And I've just gotten to a point where one second. I've gotten to a point where I realized that it is way more valuable for me to spend my time making movies and film than it is for me to be making content and videos. Even though content and videos is what pays my bills, movies and film is what feeds my soul. Stop doing things because there's money involved. Do it because you need to be better. Because people need it. Humanity needs humans, man. People over profit. All day, every day. I hope we can get back to a point in time where community is the #1 thing we aim for. I'm Nate. This has been a rant on content, videos, movies, and film. Hit that subscribe button, please. I don't know what else to tell you. Also, Stock Coffee. Delicious. Not a sponsor, but delicious. Here's other things you can watch. Check out some of these other videos where I rant on stuff.